Greetings to all of you and congratulations for making it through to self-control of the fruit of the Spirit. The Apostle Paul identified the 9 attributes of the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5. Self-control is one of those phrases that often gets honorable mention, but some people have it and others will likely never have it. So how is it that one is able to attain and keep self-control on their side day in and day out? Well, it's not a matter of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and willing yourself to become that person who suddenly is able to do all the right things. The Amplified Bible version says, like a city that is broken down and without walls, leaving it unprotected is like a man who has no self-control over his spirit and sets himself up for trouble. The Christian Standard Bible states, a person who does not control his temper is like a city whose wall is broken down. Anyway it is stated, lack of self-control is not how anyone should want to live or be known. So how do we get there and what is the secret? I would say that before I became a Christian, my life was a series of not well thought out actions and the undesirable consequences that always followed. I was blessed that none were fatal or life-altering, but after many tough years traveling along on my own free will, I recognized my need to find serious direction in my life. Once I surrendered and reconciled my life to Christ, I didn't change all of my previous lifestyles and habits instantly, but I clearly recognized my need and I prayed for direction. What I didn't know was that God gives us the spirit of self-control at the time of salvation, but we have to develop it. Remember that. My newly developing prayer for direction was actually a call for discipline and self-control. God will honor your sincere request and enable you to live a righteous life. Also remember that. So what now? I've heard it said many times, your character is who you are when no one else is looking. We need to live our lives then knowing that God, Christ, and the Holy Spirit know our every action, thought, and deed. As said by our pastor a couple of weeks ago, 95% of our actions spill over from our thoughts and mind. Therefore, our self-control has to take the forefront in our thoughts in order to control our actions. We could make an endless list of examples, but the essence of what I'm telling you is stay close and lean on the Holy Spirit who is with you at all times. Be thankful, whisper your concerns, and ask for direction. If you don't feel you've received an immediate answer, maybe you already know what you should do and are being tested to do the next right thing. This brings us to a very important point. How are you with your self-control in your family relationships? Are you quick to point the finger, or are you willing to listen and reason through the necessary and endless topics with spouse and children? We must be certain to take seconds, if not moments, to consider this subject, even old subjects, before hair-trigger responses. The damage that can be done by an instant emotional response associated with fatigue, overwork, and too many activities can leave a trail of damaged relationships. Think of the areas we need to practice self-control in addition to our immediate family. Those would be relatives, friends, TV and computer viewing, social media, finances, time spent on hobbies and sports, time spent assisting others, subjects of social conversation, maintaining work-life balance, and everything else that you can think of. So finally, I urge you to read at least 5 minutes of the Bible a day. There are 1,440 minutes in a day, so everyone can fit this into their schedule. The wisdom in Proverbs is incredible. By fearing and respecting God and reading and obeying the wise, practical counsel in this book, we can develop the important skills and moral mindset we need to live successful, good, and godly lives in God's world. So now, may God bless you and your family and be gracious unto you. Thank you very much.